Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube. My name is NimbleThor, and today we are playing Battle Legion, which is a brand new real-time strategy game by Traplight, the developers of Big Bang Racing. Some of you might have heard of that game. It was very popular a few years back, but this game, Battle Legion, is currently in early access beta testing on Android, and it seems to be fully out on iOS, although I haven't really been able to confirm if it's available in every region yet. So if you want to check that out for yourselves, I've conveniently left a few links in the description box, so be sure to go check those out. But depending on where you live, some of you might not be able to play it just yet, so I figured now would be a very nice time to show you guys how this game is played and what you might be able to look forward to. And by the way, the reason why I even heard of this game was that one of you fine folk recommended it to me after you had seen my Art of War Legion video, which is a game that is somewhat similar, at least in its core gameplay loop, but we'll get back to talking more about that. So thank you for the suggestion, because Battle Legion actually seems very promising to me, and if you liked Art of War Legion, there's a good chance that you'll end up liking Battle Legion too. So the way we play this game is that we simply swipe up or down to start searching for a random opponent. So let's do that right now. I'm holding my finger over here on the right side, and I'm gonna swipe down. Clearly, we're not playing against actual other players in real-time matches, but our units will then be matched against the units of another player. So our units are over here on the left side, the opponent's units are over there on the right side, and that trebuchet, or whatever that projectile throwing thing is called over on the right side, seems powerful. I don't remember seeing that one before, but we took it out very easily, actually. I was getting worried there, but we won, so we got 3 keys, we got 5 gold, and we got a few other currencies as well. So we will very soon be able to open up one of these chests, which is what we need the keys for. But until that happens, let's go into one more match. These matches typically only take between 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds, and we'll then either know if we won or if we have lost the battle. Now, I do wish we'd be able to somehow impact these battles a bit more. The way this was handled in Art of War was that we could deploy additional units during battle, or even sometimes use special abilities of our heroes. We don't have any system like that here in this game, unfortunately, but in Battle Legion instead, where we come in is in between battles, where we have to experiment with different team compositions and level up units that we think might have use of becoming a bit stronger. So let's go have a look at our team over here. We've got 2 groups of archers. These we can either choose to level up, or we can deploy some more of. We've also got these shield bearers, which I think are some of the first units you unlock in this game. We've also got, what else? We've got some hammer throwers. Let's see, we could choose to level these guys up, so let's do that right now. We simply tap them over here, and we tap upgrade, and this costs some of the in-game gold that we've earned through normal gameplay. Now that we've leveled these up, though, we do need more of the same unit. We actually need 8 of this unit in order to be able to level it up even further. And so this is very, very similar to, for example, Clash Royale and many, many other mobile games where we have this sort of upgrading system of our units. Now, there is a limit to how many units we can have on the screen, though. You can see that up here in the top left side of the screen. It's called Army Power, and we've got 10 out of 10 right now. So if we were to attempt to deploy these wolves, for example, we simply wouldn't be able to do that. Actually, first we have to click deploy, but look at this, we can't deploy them over here because we don't have enough power for that. What we could choose to do, though, is I kind of want to try these new assassins here. High damage, special unit that teleports onto the other side, I guess it should say, of the battlefield, and gains short duration of stealth. So we've got these already, but I want to upgrade them because we can do that, and they seem to be pretty powerful. We also have some basic stats here, and it seems that if we level up these guys enough, we're gonna unlock some sort of abilities for them, or some sort of attack or strength increase. Now, I gotta admit, I found this whole upgrading and deployment system somewhat confusing, at least in comparison to Art of War. But I guess the key thing to understand here is simply that whenever we get more of the same units, we can either deploy those additional units, or we can save them up until we have enough to level up that unit instead. And that's kind of the decision you have to make there. Apart from just deploying new units, though, we have also got something called looks, and these are kind of cosmetic items, I guess. So for example, you can change the background of the battlefield we're playing on. We can even also change the banner background in the top where you can see my name. That changes now as I go back and forth here. We also have our portraits that we can change, which I guess is mostly useful to show off how badass you are if you've unlocked all of these. And then lastly, we've got the titles, where you can be called the Commander NimbleThor, or the Immortal NimbleThor. I guess NimbleThor the Immortal, I found that one kind of cool. And these, of course, we unlock through normal gameplay. Or, of course, we can choose to spend real-life money on it, or we can even, as a third option, option, buy them through this currency that we also earn through normal gameplay or through opening those chests. And again, the chests we open as soon as we have enough keys for them. So let's go buy one of these packs of random portraits or skins. So we got a new portrait there. We got another new portrait. Please give me a skin for a character. That would be so cool. We got 3 new portraits. Not really what I was looking for. Let's open one more here. Let's see what we're gonna get. It looks like there are always 3 items in each of these. So we got another one, and even more portraits. Some of these portraits seem to be rare though, so I guess that's kind of cool. I think this one looks the best actually, so let's go with that one. Not really what I was looking for. I was actually looking for skins for the units, as you can see over here. I can imagine these elves, for example, looking really cool. But of course, that is part of how the game monetizes instead. We can buy different types of in-app purchases. Of course, we can spend up to $100 on the game. But the cool thing about this type of monetization, though, is that those cosmetic items don't have any impact on the gameplay. The way we get new units, by the way, is primarily through opening chests. So we just have to go in and play some more to get more of those chests, or at least to get more keys, so we can open more of those chests. And then eventually you are gonna run out of chests, and then you have to wait, I think it's 4 hours, maybe 5 hours to get the new chests. I mean, but if you still want to progress though, that doesn't really stop you from continuously playing the game. You don't actually need to wait for new chests to become available. So for example, we are level 2 right now. We definitely want to get all the way up to level 5, which as far as I've been able to tell at least is the maximum level. Along that way, as we level up, we also unlock new stuff. You guys can actually see our progression screen right here. And I think, case in point, we unlocked some sort of vac in here that gave us 2 more archers. What else? More warhounds, more shield bearers. Not the most exciting units we could have gotten, but still something that allows us to grow stronger though. Now there is also a guild system in this game, which doesn't really seem to have much of a purpose right now, apart from being able to chat with other players and learn more about the game, but that's just about it. I could easily see how this could be expanded on though in the future to, for example, include guild battles or some sort of objectives or missions that we have to do with our guildmates. That would be kind of cool. At the very least, being able to fight your guildmates would be a nice addition to this game, and I hope that we'll see those features added before global release of the game. Also, by the way, in case you get bored of swiping up all the time, you can enable something called auto spin. It's down here in the bottom right side of the screen, so I've tapped that right now, and now whenever I start spinning for the first time, the game will automatically keep finding new opponents to play against. So you can start this auto spin, for example, if you want to go away from your phone for a few minutes and just have it progress automatically. Now, as you might have noticed, this auto spin feature is actually a consumable. So right now we have 107 auto spins, but as we keep going, of course, that's going to decrease. But you earn these auto spins for free every day, so you don't have to save them. Just use them instead whenever you feel like it. And there we go. We are now automatically spinning, automatically finding new opponents. So that's kind of cool. As for monetization, there are no advertisements in this game, but we do have that cash shop that I talked about before, where we can spend upwards of $100 on in-app purchases. The usual deal. Fortunately though, so far it seems we have an easy enough time winning matches. Last time I checked, we won around 63 or 64% of all matches. And there really isn't any horrible penalties for losing, so you can just keep going at it, even if the units get more and more difficult. Actually, right now we've won 91% of all matches we've been in, so that's kind of cool. And as I said, there are no penalties for trying to win a match, which is also greatly appreciated, so you can just keep at it over and over again. Now, all of this auto-spinning and auto-attack might make the game a bit repetitive eventually, by the way, but the fun part of this game should come from unlocking new units, trying out different strategies. Do you want to level up your units? Do you want to deploy them? And so on and so on. And I think that will keep me entertained for a very long time. And if you don't find that appealing, you'll probably not enjoy Battle Legions, as it is partly an idle game and partly a strategy game, so you'll have to be okay with that and find joy in optimizing your strategies if you intend to play Battle Legions. Unfortunately, by the way, some players are reporting on Reddit that the game is turning a bit more unfriendly towards free-to-play players, and I was just so frustrated with reading that, because unfortunately, this game is actually kind of fun, and if they ruin it through horrible monetization, that would just make me really sad, honestly. But it doesn't mean that the game will become completely garbage, though. Time will tell, and hopefully Traplight, the developers of this game, will be able to maintain a good balance between monetization and gameplay. So time will just have to tell on that one. Fingers crossed on my end. Hopefully by the time the game fully releases, they will have found a good balance for this. But enough about the monetization though. What do you guys think about Battle Legion? And is it available in your region yet, by the way? Let me know in the comments down below. And let's now then get to the nugget of mobile gaming news that I've got for you guys today, which is that Battlecry Mobile has now finally gotten a release, well, maybe not a release date, but at least a release window, as Capcom has now confirmed that the game will release on mobile at some point this year in 2020. The game will be an action RPG, but not a whole lot is known about it just yet. But with such a big IP, of course, there's lots of people looking forward to the release of this game, and I personally can't wait to get my hands on it as well. Here's to hoping, though, that it will not be ruined by corporate greed monetization strategies, as so many other IPs and games before it has been. So, I will stay optimistic until proven otherwise, and you guys can look forward to the video on Devil May Cry, which is coming out, well, whenever the game releases. In any case, that was all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.